Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, using tarot to help you do the inner work, heal yourself and create the life that you truly deserve and desire, and create the relationship that you truly desire as well. This is the love and relationship reading for the week ahead. I also do a general reading and a career and money reading as well. You can check those out on my channel. This is the love and relationship reading for the week ahead, whether you are in a relationship or whether you're looking for a relationship. Let's get the energies out, some cards to see what's going on in the collective energies for this week regarding love and romance. Okay, so we're starting off with follow the signs. I'm just picking up from this that some of you are wanting or have been asking for change within your love life. Maybe have been realizing that you've slipped into certain patterns and you want that to change. And you've instigated that change like in your mind, as in asking for that change. It just feels like a pivotal moment to me. So have you been asking? Let me know in the comments below. Have you been asking? Have you been like realizing that you've been like stuck in a rut, perhaps being single for so long and not even looking anymore, or something like that, and you decided you want a shift? Well, follow the signs. You're being given signs. As soon as we ask for something like that, if we're not aligned with it straight away, if it's not right there for us straight away, we're given the steps. We're given signs to the steps to lead us there. So check them out. We've got warrior here as well. Something that you need to fight for, or something that you're fighting against. There could be it's just dependent on the person, isn't it? There could be something that you're fighting against here which is stopping you from being open to the kind of relationship that you want. Or the opposite. Something that you need to fight for, something that you've been kind of complacent about, but you actually need to fight for it, to ask for it. Choose wisely. Wow, what great advice. Be discerning. You don't have to keep everything in your net. So be really picky. Even when you've asked for things and you're getting signs, be really picky with what comes through for you. We tend to get the tests first, don't we, when we ask for change? There'll be the universe saying, does she want some more of this? Or does he want more of this same old stuff? And we get to say no, right? We get to say no to that. No, thank you. I want what I really want. Let's get some cards out here. Got the Christmas cards out because we're in December. We have the lightning tree. Looks like the tower to me. What a start. The tower. Well, the tower, it doesn't have to be destruction. It can be things falling apart, yes. But it can also be a surprise when the universe steps in. And the universe doesn't always have to step in that negative way of, pulling something away from us that we've been clinging on to. It can be that for some, but it could also be like a nice surprise, something positive coming your way. We have the Matrona here, and she's the Empress, which is about birthing something new. The Empress is divine feminine energy. Something in the works is what it feels like. And then we've got the Knight of Canes. He's the Knight of Wands. So yeah, that is, it doesn't look like it in this, but it's kind of fast moving and he acts on impulse. Let's get more clarity out on all of these using my other Christmas deck. So why the lightning tree? What's going on here? Why have we got the tower out? Love and romance reading. The lightning tree. Why do we have that here, please? Is it a positive? Oh, I can't pick that up. No, it's the devil. It's not. Quite frankly, no, it's not. It's not positive. The devil is about fears. So, okay, this is making more sense, this reading now. Follow the signs, and then we've got this warrior. Remember, I said there could be something that you've been fighting against, if only in your mind, something that you really don't like about relationships, and you've got this. And it's probably showing up in your algorithms when you go online as well. I know it is for me. And that thing that's been bugging you, that you're fighting against inside, it's showing up over and over again. And so when you ask for change, you're like, I'm ready for a positive relationship in my life. And the universe goes, well, actually, you're just putting out a load of this warrior energy of fighting against what it is that you don't want, the kind of relationships that you don't want. And so you're opening up to change, and then the signs lead you to tower moment, the devil. The stuff that you've been afraid of, the stuff that you're pushing against is going to show up. And it could show up this week if you're asking for change as well. Like I said, it's usually a lesson, the first one that shows up when we open up again. It's usually a lesson more of the same, but this is clear. This reading is saying you are actually putting out this warrior energy, this what you don't want, more than what you do want. And so it's got to show up, not as punishment, but to show you the energy that you're putting out. Omens, you've had signs, right? I have. Like, this is so speaking to me, this reading, because I see it in the algorithms now. I know our social media algorithms, they are the stuff that's trying to irritate us the most. They've realized that marketing, when it comes to our what we find sticky, what we'll look at for longer, what we'll comment on, and all of that kind of thing. So when they're trying to market to take more of our time, and more of our attention, that what sells that best is rage. And so each and every one of us have got algorithms dedicated to putting us into negativity, to showing us the stuff that we hate the most. And so just like the devil, the algorithms are that. They are the evil thing trying to irritate us so much that we keep on scrolling and that we keep on commenting and stuff like that. Horrible, I know. But it is omens, it is signs. If it's in your algorithm, it's in your energy, right? They're not randomly picking it up to put it in the algorithm. They're picking up what you're putting down, right? And so, don't see it as like a hard lesson this week. See it as feedback for what you're putting out. Then we've got Matrona here. She is the Empress. She's divine feminine. This is the Empress. This is sovereign feminine energy. And it feels like she's got something in the works here. Pregnant with something. Follow the signs. So the universe is hearing what you want in a relationship. It's saying follow the signs. But first of all, you've got to get over this and eliminate this stuff from your energy, which is pretty difficult. And a good reason to stay away from social media. Well, we've got the Empress, we've got the Lovers here. So it feels like there's a bun in the oven, there's a relationship on its way. It feels like it's timely now for you to deal with this warrior energy, this stuff that you're fighting against. So let that go so that you can be focused on what it is that you truly want. Psychic development is behind that too. So psychic development, what I'm getting from that is a feeling of being sovereign, of being aligned with ourselves and what we truly want and what's best for us, and being in coherence, like heart and mind coherence. And so what is in your heart, what is on the way to you, what the universe wants for you, what is right for you, might be different than what is going on in your head at the moment. What's going on in your head could be all of this. Well, I don't want a man like that, and there's all these guys, men or women that are like this and they're like that, and that's terrible. And so that's the hurdle to get over, right? And this psychic development is saying it's about coherence. It's about getting you into a coherent state where your mind and your heart are aligned. At the moment, your heart's wanting one thing and your mind is actually focused on the exact opposite of what it is that you want. And so Knight of Canes, exciting movement forward. The Seven of Potions, but being confused about whether you want to choose that. And the Magician, is it something that you've manifested? Is it something that you've chosen? Well, this reading is saying, yes, it's something that you've manifested, but it's not something that your heart's choosing. So something exciting comes along, movement forward, it's the Tower stuff. Yeah, unless you can hand on heart say, no, I do focus way more on what it is that I want. And I'm not like pulled into these algorithms of like terrible relationships or what those, whatever they call them, those guys with the podcast are saying about women and all of that nonsense that's out there right now. So if you are in coherence with it, then of course, yes, you're going to manifest what it is that you want. The sexual energy behind that. And so somebody's coming your way. They're going to be very attractive. It's going to be fast moving. It's going to be exciting. And yes, you've manifested it, but you've manifested it by what you've been focused on, not by what is in your heart. The sexual energy behind that. And the Seven of Potions, that means the Seven of Cups means that there will be a bit of confusion. Should I be choosing this? That kind of thing. And so there will be a bit of doubt in your mind there about, should I really be going ahead with this? The Tower pretty much is saying, no. This is feedback for what you've been focusing on with your mind. Time, you're trying too hard. Give it time. It's more about letting go, is what this reading is saying. It's better to let go, to focus on letting go of not thinking about all of those kinds of men or women that you don't want, all those kinds of relationships that you don't want, all that behavior within relationships that you don't want. There's a time and a place for that, right? If we have been a doormat, and if we've not been noticing red flags, and if we were just like, hey, pretty red flags, and getting into any kind of relationship, then yes, there's a time and a place for addressing those red flags, for focusing on them so that you can recognize them. But there comes a point in time when we can recognize them, and then we've got to stop dwelling on them and stop getting annoyed by them, right? Know that they exist. On the buffet of all of the people that are here on the planet, they exist on that buffet. It doesn't mean that you have to pick them and eat them from that buffet, right? Allow them to exist, but don't choose them for yourself, or don't be chosen by them. So we've got codependency and passion. So for some of you, this red flag that's coming in this week is part of showing you some of your codependent patterns. What's codependency? It's when we're trying to prove ourselves worthy of love in a way. We go over and above to be needed within a relationship. It's that needing to be needed because we don't feel sovereign, like the Empress. So that could be coming up for some of you. A mismatch, problem. A mismatch between what you want, what your heart wants. So no presuming what someone wants here. We need to ask them, right? And if you come across a liar, because there's plenty out there, right? Then it's more tricky. Because if you ask them directly what they want, they're going to tell you what you want and pretend that they want it too, in order to get what they really want out of you. So there's a mismatch problem going on here, and it's about lust. Okay, that's why the sexual energy came out. And so be very careful around that sexual energy. It is a pull, isn't it? It is a draw, it's a hook for us. And it doesn't mean that there's connection. It doesn't mean that there is any other kind of, spiritual connection. That sexual connection is something different, right? And it's not no matter how strong it is, and no matter how much you like the feeling of it, it tends to be an indicator of patterns that were put in place when you were going through puberty generally. And so if you're very lucky, then you had good people around you, and it was respectful love that was coming your way when you were going through puberty. But for the majority of us, we didn't have that. We had all kinds of movies that kind of hijacked our sexuality during that stage, with various aspects of those movies showing a toxic kind of love patterns, and actual relationships themselves, people trying to get involved with us as well, similarly unhealed, not from well-regulated, emotionally mature parents kind of thing, right? We've got tribe here as well, and so this is just letting us know that we need to be looking. A lot of us can choose friends very well now. And we need to be using those same skills to choose a partner too. It's going to feel more like a friendship, right? Someone that's in your tribe. Someone that's like you, like-minded, like-hearted, like-spirited. That's what you're looking for. Embodying my soul. So you've got to embody your soul. So this is like your the spiritual side of you coming first. I have a right to be excited. There's somebody on the way, but it's not this week. It just doesn't feel like this week. It feels like they're on the way. And this reading is asking you to get prepared this week. And it's all about releasing that stuff that you've been fighting against. How do you release? It's really tricky. We've got to stop scrolling, really. Like, stop yourself. Because scrolling and the algorithms that are drawing you back into this, it is just making it worse. It's just compounding that energy within you. And so look away. Look to all the good relationships that you see around you, or in movies, or in books, or think of the people that are in great relationships. If you have any experience in your past of that, or any people around you, examples of that, then focus on them. If there are people in your family from your past that had good relationships as well, focus on them too. We do actually change not just our emotional and our mental makeup, but our DNA starts switching and changing when we focus on ancestors in particular that we want to be more like. Our immune system and our DNA actually starts shifting to be more like them. It starts bringing out more of their effect. So what we focus on really does make a difference. And so you can train yourself to focus more on what it is that you want than what it is that you don't want. And staying away from social media, I would say, is the best way of doing that. Well, that's what I've got for you this week. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button. If you're new, leave me a comment as well. I would love to hear from you. You can find links for my work to book in for a reading on behealing.com. The links are in the box below. Join my Facebook group as well, Psychic Cafe Club. Would love to see you in there too. Well, have the best week ever, and I will see you next time.